Hey, welcome 39 Below on the Go Elite Team members. Want to do a video today on an email that I got from a non-member, but want to help him out the best I can, and I just want to go over what we talked about and how the assistance that we did for him might benefit you. So I want to go ahead and share that. His name is Brian, and he has an eBay account, and basically he just said, "I really enjoy." I'm going to read from the screen here our communication. Basically, he said he enjoys our YouTube videos. I need some advice. I sell on eBay alone. I have no team. I believe I work very hard at my listings. It just seems I don't get a lot of traffic to my items. Of course, I know people may not be interested in my items, but I have such a huge variety of items posted that some stuff should sell, especially during the holiday season. Could you check out my eBay store if you have time and tell me maybe what I am doing wrong? My eBay store's name is, I'll leave it at that. I don't think he wants me to disclose it. I know the name is tacky. I'm trying to think of a different one. I completely understand if you don't have time to contact me. Thanks for your time, Brian. First off, I always have time. You email me, I will have time. Promise you. Okay? If I don't get back to you that day or the next day, or we'll make time. So always have time for you. But I went ahead. I looked at his store. First thing that jumped out, without any further information from him, was he has about 500 items up, and there's a ton of stuff. Like everything from, I don't even, tire pressure gauges to pens to some cool stuff too, but clothes to, it was all over the place. Uh, so a lot of times when people shop, first off, I'll explain what I see and then I'll explain my thought process. So I saw that, and then I think to myself, well, if I'm shopping, I go to Target. They have everything, right? But I usually know what aisles I'm going down. So in his store columns on the left, he did have, like, men's clothing, auto parts, vintage, blah blah blah. He did have his aisles set up, but at the same time, when you're virtually shopping, it's a little different. People go to a store. They'll go to an eBay store because they know that eBay store specializes in that product. They're not going to go to your mega store and say, "All right, well, let me see what I can get." That's Walmart.com. That's Amazon. That's eBay in itself. They're the mega store. They go to you for the niche or the niche, however you pronounce it. So that's the first thing. Secondly, is he used round numbers. Isn't that a 39 Below on the Go elite? No. His prices were $25, $10. No round numbers. Go to the store. Tell me if you see a round number out there. You always see 19.99, 14.49, something like, because it's 14.49 sounds better than $15. It's just a way that people have been selling for decades. So that was that. Let me go over here. His eBay store in itself, the color was completely wrong. It just didn't fit, and he had a pixelated, stretched out, his logo in the top left corner was a pixelated, stretched out picture of his dogs. I think Rottweiler and something else. I couldn't even tell, but it was like in his living room, and I don't know. It didn't even fit his name. His name of his store just didn't work. So that was something else that jumped out. It was very unprofessional. Not that he is. I don't know him personally, but my first impression was that it wasn't that professional. Number two or three, he started everything. His keywords was a vintage blah blah blah, a 2012 item blah blah blah. He even used the word new blah blah, new, like that. So a lot of times, and then my thought process here, a lot of times when buyers search, buyers don't really get into too much depth. They might put a vintage, like they'll put, if they're looking for Levi's jeans, they'll put Levi's men's size large vintage. So I told him, I said, just try to keep your keywords as simple as possible, unless you have to specify specifically what that item is. But again, the keywords have to be real simple. So his first keyword, where eBay is going to go through its algorithm and find that item and post it for him. If someone didn't use that year, odds of it's not going to be in the top search there. So I told him that. He had I saw a ton of buy it now. 39 Below, we had ours, we go about 20% of inventory buy it now. But on our eBay auctions, we try to put all of them, we give the buy it now option. So he goes, I thought people like buy it now. Well, they do, but they like auctions too. Auctions is that gambling, is that gambling feeling that you give them. The clock's running out. They're competing against other people. You know, they might get the mega deal. They might not. They don't know. But they have the buy it now option if they want to go on there and purchase it. He didn't have the trifecta for success. He didn't have it. I was like, what are you doing? Free shipping. Didn't have free shipping. He had on some. Again, it was scattered. But didn't have it on all his items. Or majority of his items, I should say. Free shipping. Seller pays for the items back. And offer returns. So I told him that. And his prices were pretty steep. And I asked him, I emailed him, and I said, well, why are your prices so high? He said he's in crunch time. He got cut back on hours from his job. And I totally understand that. He needs the money. I get it. But at the same time, maybe the volume of sales. So if he has the free time, sell a whole bunch more for a lower amount. You know, you could squeeze your margins a bit if you need that money to come in. But pricing so high and sitting back and saying, I don't get traffic. If a tire gauge is worth $4, you're selling it for $15, you're not going to sell it anyway. So how are you going to make that money back? Where else? And that was it. He did have a cross sale thing at the bottom. I thought was pretty good. His descriptions were good. His pictures were excellent. He did a really good job with that. Used a lot of them. 12 pictures, had all angles, all that stuff. So anyway, that was what I saw right off the bat. Looking, I didn't get into his sell-through rate. Didn't get into his ratios, his average cost per sale. I didn't get all that because he's not a member. But I will do that for you. If you want me to take a look at your store, send me an email. Get a hold of me. Let's take a look and let's dissect it and see where maybe we can increase traffic. And also, I asked him, he didn't respond back, but social media. Again, I did that video on that. Use social media. I'm going to do a video on Pinterest coming up because Pinterest, I think, is an up-and-coming great way to showcase the items that you have. Yeah, so I'm researching that myself. We're not heavy into that yet, but we're going to be, and I want to share that with you. So thank you again for being a member. Again, let's set up a meeting. Let's talk. Send me some emails. We're taking on a little bit more folks because we had a pretty busy weekend this weekend with people joining. So I'm going to cut that short soon and hope to keep you all aboard, and we'll keep these videos cranking out. All right, see ya. Take care. Stay motivated and enjoy the day.